What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, and we just gotta buy a quick second. So I'm just gonna show you guys this real quick, then we'll get into the actual video. And I just want to say, shout out to Heg. And a lot of people don't comment or hit the like button, but that's actually how we get support over here. We rarely ever get donations, if any. Occasionally we get some here and there, but all the support comes from you guys hitting the like button and commenting, or dislike button even, and sending it into the algorithm. So if you guys could do that, I'd really appreciate it. And if you need something to comment, say thank you, Heg. Because of him, one of my buddies lets me borrow handguns I would probably never review, simply because I am someone who is into micro 9s and subcompacts and pocket pistols, right? And yes, everything's cleared and safety checked on this video. We're about to get into it. Anyways, this is the LCP Max 75th edition. I just wanted to let people know that these are out there right now for $300. So if you're looking for a nice pocket pistol with capacity, and no, I'm not saying make this your main carry, even though it very well could be. It's one of the flattest shooting handguns, great sights, all sorts of stuff, but I do recommend my subcompacts. But for $300, this is an awesome throw around gun, right? Just something to throw in the pocket when you're going to get the mail, throw it in the pocket when you're going to get the dog, picking the kids up. This is an awesome firearm with capacity. Just thought I'd point that out because they are out there for $300. But the reason why I said thank you to Heg is he allows us to review stuff like this. Right here, because I have to buy everything on this channel. That's how I do things. I purchase it, therefore I'm not in bed with other companies, and I can give you guys honest and truthful reviews. This is the metal version. We've already reviewed the Carry Compact. This is the Echelon, which I did a shooting video on a little while back, but not a full tabletop review. And then this is what we're talking about today, the Glock 47. Now, if you guys are wondering about the custom work down in here, I'm actually getting my main Glock 26 Gen 3 carry back, and I did the exact same thing. This is actually a buddy of ours who did all this work, and he did this stippling, and built out these ledges. If you can see, he made ledges. And I'll leave his info in the comments in the description below, just so you guys can check it out. He does amazing work. He also did the finish. And this is my favorite color of any finish. And he does the best of the best work. His company actually works with some of the largest firearm manufacturers in the world, and some of the best because they are the best of the best. Anyways, Glock 47. There's a lot of Glocks out there that people think are pointless, right? There's a large majority of people that say all Glocks are pointless, and that there's not enough, right? They don't do enough. They're not ported. They're not this. They're not that. They don't give you a bunch out of the box. They're overpriced. I've heard every complaint in the world, but I still love my Glocks. Anyways, Glock 47, basically what this is it's a frame that is 17 size in grip, but if you wanted to, you could put a 19 slide up there, right? For instance, with a Glock 26, you can throw a 19 slide on there. You can do mixing and matching and stuff like that. In this case, you could make it a little bit shorter in the slide, make it this length with a 19 size upper, and then still have that full size grip. Some people like a little bit shorter slides and uppers simply because it's more comfortable, stuff like that. But obviously, the longer the barrel, the longer the slide, the better accuracy you're going to have, a better sight radius. Now, obviously, sight radius, is out of the discussion when you're talking optics and stuff like that. Anyways, obviously, it's a Gen 5 with a rail. This right here is MOS, and it does have that Trigicon. I believe this is the SRO. Absolutely love this thing. I actually sighted it in. This is one of the cleanest setups I've ever shot. Now, because it is a Gen 5, and of course it's clear, it is a 17+1 setup, the same polymer Glock mags, right? And this will run on my 26, this will run in a 19, and so on. What's interesting, since it's a Gen 5, you can throw a performance trigger in there. Now, what is the performance trigger? It is literally the best upgrade Glock could have ever made. A lot of people complain about Glock triggers, which I don't get at all. It really confuses me when people say Glock triggers are bad. They're not competition triggers, I will say that, but there's nothing. This is a Gen 5 right here, Gen 5 27. Clean, crisp, perfect weight for self-defense. People think like we're going out here and defending ourselves in a competition. We're not. It's dirty, it's messy, it's up close and personal. It's, that's what it is. It's not just like, oh, I need the best trigger and the best red dot and then I'll be good. No, that's not self-defense. It's dirty, it's rugged, it's fighting, pushing off, grappling. It's crazy. It's none of that. It's not a red dot. It's none of that. So at the end of the day, Glock triggers have shown up. They've proven themselves over and over again. Glocks in general have proven themselves. That's why they get the contracts they do. And the contracts aren't based off price. Simply, they would have won with the 19X in the military over the SIG P320 variants if they could have beat the price. But they're like, no, we know our value, we know our worth, and I'm all for that. I will pay $500, $550, $600 for a Glock all day. No problem. But what's nice about Glocks as well is you can find them used. Just got this, $350. Doesn't look used to me, does it? Gen 5, Glock 27 and 40. This is like one of my main carries now. Absolutely love this thing. But as you can see, the work is flawless. And this wasn't a firearm he picked up and said, yeah, I'm just going to do nothing to it. This isn't his carry option. You know, this is something he wanted to make a perfect setup. And that's what it is. The perfect setup. Now, obviously, it costs a little bit of money, but it is what it is. The Gen 5 allows you to get that Glock performance trigger like I was talking about. I mean, it's one of the best defensive triggers as well. It's like they made a nice trigger that is still perfect for self-defense, under adrenaline, under stress. You're not going to have accidental discharges or negligent discharges, right? It's crisp, it's clean, it's smooth, and the reset is shorter. Plus, the look is a little weird, but the feel I really like. Like I said, he added wedges. Absolutely love this setup. With the dot, I mean, it's one of the smaller dots. I actually really like it. The camera's going to drown it out a little bit, but it's such a tiny, small dot. I mean, I'm not a big dot person, but when I am, this thing is on point. This is an awesome setup. Now, I actually struggled to shoot it for a little bit because we were shooting so many different things. But once you get dialed in with this thing, it competes with anything out there. It just does. Glocks do what they're supposed to do, which is last, work, and run. And that's exactly what they do. Now, sights-wise, I believe these are Mariglow XL sights, if you guys are wondering. They do have a little bit of a co-witness, but just barely. The SRO is pretty tall. So even with the XL sights, they don't have an indent or anything like that on that optic. So you just catch the top of that tritium front sight. Now, in self-defense, if your dot goes out, first of all, you're not going to be like this in self-defense, fully extended, looking through your dot. You're going to most likely be point shooting, shooting from the hip, shooting from the chest, up close and personal, right? But if you do get to look at the dot and your dot goes bad, right? All these crazy scenarios people talk about that are so far from reality, it's not even funny. I get it, though. If your dot goes out, you still will be able to use those. But chances are you're not even going to use them. Guys, train. Get a laser fire system and train at home. You will see how easy it is to make shots on a target this big from 15 feet, 20 feet without even looking at your sights. Literally shooting from your stomach, your hip. It is really easy. Your body has like something, I learned this in a self-defense class, right? Defensive pistol class. Your body has like natural aligners. Like when you look at another human, your body can naturally line up. So when you're looking at another human, it is easy for you, you know, to not miss, basically, is the whole point. But this handgun right here is smooth as can be. One of the best shooting Glocks I've ever shot. I do prefer my smaller shooting handguns, but something about the Gen 5 grip and frame is just perfect. I would like to see maybe a mag well on this thing that would probably completely finish it off, but man, does this feel nice in the hand. It's a Glock, and I love it. Absolutely love this thing. Like I said, if you're interested in that stippling and that finish, I will be bringing my Glock 26 to the channel to show you guys. It's going to look like this, although a Glock 26. Awesome handgun, awesome setup. Shout out to Heg. Glock 47, it's just another Glock. If that's your thing, get one. If you don't like Glocks, don't. Simple as that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Look how clean this work is. Woo! I mean, clean.